Hey guys, welcome back. So we're here today to do the reading for July 9th through the 16th. So let's get started. Welcome back to the channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome in. I guess I want to start with this one today. So these are the Power of Surrender cards. Really enjoying this combination that I have going on right now. So what do the people who are watching need to know for their highest and best good in this coming week? Interesting. Okay, we have a lot here. So we're gonna talk about it. So I first want you to think, what does surrendering mean to you? We've been taught a lot that surrender is like, I'm gonna give up. I'm going to do this. I'm gonna do that. I feel like I can't do anything anymore. Surrender doesn't always have to be that way. Surrender can be a conscious choice. I'm gonna let this go. I've done all that I can. So after I've done all that I can to do something, I'm gonna let it go and I'm gonna see what happens. So let's talk about the cards that we have so far for this week. So for this week, we have surrender your fear of intimacy. Allow others to come in. It says, you are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And it's fun because the next one is also kind of about that. It seems this is a week for love, which are not readings that I typically do. But a lot of this is about releasing those ideas of yourself, or like releasing conditions that you've been putting on. I have to have this to do something. I have to have, try to think of an example. I have to have a good job to be loved. I have to do this. I have to do all these conditions that we put on ourselves. And you don't. You can look at those things and see where they come from. And once you really feel and see where they come from, you can let them go. It's a choice. It's not always a choice we want to hear, right? But it's a choice. Your second card is surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. So this one is also very much about getting into that heart space. You see he has, well, I hope you can see it. He has this glowing heart right there. And this is just a reminder that you do have so much love to give. Just don't give it to the people who take advantage of it. It's really asking you to look at everyone in your life and feel what feels good versus what doesn't. If you have people who are always taking advantage of you, always want something from you, why do you do that to yourself? This is a week to really take a look and witness, like, okay, why am I doing this to myself? I don't have to, but why have I been? And do I want to make that conscious choice to let them go? And a lot of the times when we have people like that, we don't want to let them go because it's familiar. More people will come along. There are so many people out there in this world. There are people who would want to care for you and be there for you. Why hang on to people who don't? Hold on. There we go. There we go. So, why be there for people who aren't available for you, are always treating you in a negative light? This is very much a week to take a look at it and decide to do something different. It's time to release those people. Pay attention to how you feel around people is a big thing. Just really pay attention to that, and so you can see where or who, things that need to be let go of. Okay? So we have surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Yeah, this is a big week for a lot of things. Let's see, I'm trying to get it. Something like that, yeah. So, this is just a big week overall to really find out and feel into what's not serving me and how can I do something different. That's really, really what it comes down to. It's about opening your heart, feeling into those spaces and looking at your life in an honest way. Like, okay, I don't feel good around these people. What can I do? I don't feel good going to this place. What can I do? So that's a lot of what's going on today. We have two more cards from this deck, and I have two more decks that want to talk. So here we are. So your next card is surrender your attachment to results. Okay? The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Now, I was here doing readings yesterday, and that was something that kept coming up. You know, we want these things. We want to death grip it. We want this to happen exactly at this time and doing exactly like this. This week, try not to. See, you know, I've done all these things to let this happen. I'm going to let go, and I'm going to see what happens at this point. Because you have to make space. You have to allow spirit to come in and deliver the other side. We can only do so much from the physical side, right? You know, we have to open up to allow better things to come in. So, just try to look at the things that you're doing, like, I'm going to do this just for me and see what happens. I'm not going to do this for, so for example, like this, I'm not going to do this to try to be famous. I'm just going to have fun with it and try to deliver any messages that are for people's highest and best good at the time. This is also a fun little lesson for me, right? So I'm here trying to record these things, and this is still new to me, and I'm just talking to a camera. You know, you get to learn new things when you don't try to death grip it. That's what I'm saying. And surrender to creativity is your last one. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream and solve a problem. So, this week, the overall thing, looking at yourself, looking at your relationships and how you feel around them all. Let me double check, yeah. And look at your blocks to allowing love in. And once you can take a look at those things and take stock of it, surrender. Once you're surrendering those, don't try to be like, I really want this to happen. Like, I don't do the relationship thing, especially when it comes to readings. That's what I've kind of decided, I guess. But that is something that is actually showing up. Now is a time to open your heart. It's time to open up to love. And once you can let go of some of those things that have been holding you down, those stories that you told yourself that I have to do this to be loved, I have to have a really great job to be loved, I have to go out and do all these things, I need to... Drink was the first word that comes to my mind because it's what everyone else does, and so that's how I can meet people. That's just what came. So, but once you can let go of those things, you can open up into that creative side and really looking at the things that you do want to bring forward. So this week is a big time for releasing a lot of those old habits, a lot of those old patterns and ideas about yourself and really open up to something new. This week is about looking at yourself as a creative being, something who can create, and having that worthiness that I am good enough, I can create this thing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have fun with it. And I'm not going to do it for a certain purpose. I'm not going to do it to get famous, to have a bunch of followers, blah, 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 blah. This is just about the simple act of creation. Okay? Okay, we have 2 more decks. We've already gone through a lot this week. So what messages can you help them with on their way to doing all this that you're asking them to do this week? Well, so it says, speak your truth with passion and carry the torch for others to see. Wake up the world. Now, I have both of these and they're the same color and they went flying. So, this week, speak all the things that you haven't wanted to, all the things about yourself that you haven't wanted to. Now is a time to speak them. Now is a time to really allow yourself to open up. Now is the time to be honest. Now is the time to be honest with yourself. And once you can allow that that truth of yourself to open up and allow yourself to light up, go and focus on the things that you really enjoy and allow those to be your main focus. Doing something you enjoy isn't lazy. Doing something you enjoy is not a bad thing. And I'm not talking about parties and drinking and blah, 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 whatever. I'm talking about something that truly lights you up, something that brings passion to you. Like for me, one of my things that I enjoy doing is readings. I enjoy helping people and helping to empower people. And so that's kind of what I've set out on my mission to do, is to help empower and serve in this way. Once you can finally open up and do it, things start to feel much better and things can start moving forward. So speak your truth. Hold yourself in your highest authenticity this week. And once you can do that, you're going to be on a good path. All right, I have one more deck. This is a tarot. So, I have 2 cards for us. One is the King of Cups, and the other one is the Queen of Pentacles. It's about marrying 2 sides. I don't typically do traditional tarot, so I'm just going to speak as it comes. So, for me, what I'm feeling from this King is it's time to sit with yourself. Truly, in both ways, it's time to sit with yourself. Look at them. Let's see. There we go. Look at who they are. Both of them, one is sitting here in contemplation and one is sitting here. And she looks like she's feeling pretty good about herself. So, take a moment and sit with yourself. Allow things to balance each other. Water feeds earth. That's how plants grow. Water is emotion. Water is intuition. Earth is physicality. So really honing and following the intuitive hits that are coming to you. All right, and I do have one last message for you this week, and this came earlier today before I started all of this. So, I asked what you needed to know, and so homework for you guys this week. Something that you can do to start with all of this, and I guess I could have put this at the beginning. This is a week to really start to look yourself in your own eyes. By doing that, you're starting a process of getting to know yourself more and more. And we can feel like that's silly to look at yourself in the mirror and truly look at your own eyes. But as they do say, the eyes are the window to the soul. You can see where you're at based on what you see in your eyes and whether you can look other people in their eyes. So this week, your homework is to start looking at yourself with open and honest eyes, seeing yourself for where you are. You know, if you have a lot of joy, you're going to see it in your eyes. If you feel other things, you're going to see it in your eyes. So start by looking there. Do this every morning when you wake up. Go into the bathroom. I mean, I think everybody goes into the bathroom after they wake up. But take just a moment longer just to look at yourself and look at yourself honestly. and really ask yourself, how am I feeling today? How do I feel about myself? And let that be something that you can start your day with every day. Simple, easy. You really don't have to take any extra time. Just let that be something to start with and see where life heads from there. So I really hope these messages have helped you, and I hope that you guys have a phenomenal week. Thank you all for who listened and all who didn't. All right, have a good week, guys. See you next week.